well, what I'm saying. Whoa. Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 26 in 30 days in finding your strength with brave thinking. This is Lin Yuan-Su. I'm your transformational life coach. So in the month of April, I have been offering this completely free coaching program that is going to help you to walk through this challenging time that we are all experiencing together. And every single day together, we're going to practice a breathing technique. So we're going to start with breathing in slowly through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, like you're breathing into a straw. One more time, inhale and exhale. All right, this breathing technique is truly going to help you to bring you back to that calm and peace and grounded state of mind, as well as really physically, it will calm your nervous system. And also every single day, we start with sharing a gratitude and celebrate a win. So think of something that you can truly be grateful for, right? About your life, in your life, whatever it is. Think something that you're very grateful for, and also think of something that you're very proud of about yourself. Whether it's something about yourself or something you have done, your achievement, it doesn't matter if it happened yesterday or it happened 20 years ago, right? Something you're very proud of yourself. And as you can notice, as you're thinking about something you're grateful for and something you're proud of yourself, you feel different. And that is because we're creating a different energy vibration. Every single thought carries an energy. So we want to create those energy that is highly vibrating. So happy, joy, peaceful, calm, love, and gratitude, all of those are very high. So as you create this energy, I invite you to write it down, keep yourself a journey of your past, just to look at every single day what you have come out with, and share with your family and friends. If you want to post this on social media, what you're doing is you not just create this amazing energy for yourself, and you're going to be create that ripple effect that's going to change somebody else moment and somebody else day. And we have been talking about really what it looked like to design a dream, design a vision. Think of something that we absolutely would love to have in our lives. Because once again, this thing is going to be over. This entire COVID-19 thing is going to be over, right? And we get to walk through this time. Either you can choose to be fearful, to be worried, always worry about what's going to happen to you, what's going to happen to society, and filled with anxiety and all of that. You can't walk. You're going to live through this journey, this time, while you're thinking that, where you're creating the energy that's contractive, that's not serving you, that you don't feel good. As simple as that. Or you also have a choice to go through this period creating something about you for your own life that is absolutely amazing, that is expensive. We got to do that. It is a choice. Right, so in the past 25 days, we have covered extensively. We started with a signature program. It's called Standing Firm When Your World is Shaking. We spent a few days covering that particular program, and you get a lot of content in when the world is shaking. How can you make sure you're going to be standing firm? And then we dived into different mindset, different teachings about how this world works, how to create the life you would love to live in, whether it's short-term or long-term. We can design a life that is 3 years down from now. We can also design a life that is 3 weeks down from now. What would you love to experience 3 weeks down from now? You have a choice. You have a design. You can think of that day. Today is April 26th. Today is a Sunday, so 3 Sundays from now, what would you be? Where would you be? What would you be doing? How do you feel on that day? You get to design that. It's not happening yet, right? Whether you design it for good, for bad, it's not happening yet. So why don't you to invest your energy to design something that is you're going to enjoy. You're going to be really thrilled when that happens, instead of leaning into the logic, our limiting beliefs, what's going on around the world, what's being reported in the news. It's not real anyway. It hasn't happened yet anyway. Why don't we choose the good? Why don't you do the experiment with your life? Just leaning into, what if it's possible? Just keep a corner of your mind open for what is possible. Even though overall, maybe it really doesn't sound possible that you can create something absolutely amazing within 3 weeks of time. What if it is possible? Whatever would you love? So 3 weeks from now, think about that day, that Sunday. What would you be loved doing? What would you love to do? Right? And create that. And that is absolutely possible. Even just out of all the possibilities in the universe, just keep one possibility for that. That is possible. That is how we create a dream. So yesterday we talked about, what do you really want in your life? What do you actually absolutely love for your life? And today we're going to talk about making that decision. When you have a picture, an idea, a concept, or that blueprint of the life you would love living, then what do you do next is you have to make that decision. You have to make that spiritual decision. For me, in my life, to practice, even since I have been studying with my mentor, Mary Morrissey, I have been really just practicing this concept of making this spiritual decision. And not just in life coaching, but in my other business as well. I've heard my business coaches keep saying, you have to make the decision for the goals you want to achieve. And often before, I caught myself saying, I made the decision. Of course I want this. Of course I want to achieve that goal. Of course I want to create that result. What do you mean? I made my decision. So what does that mean to make a spiritual decision? When you have made a spiritual decision, how it feel like for you is no matter what attitude. Just think of something you have done in your life. Anything, every single person, unless you're 1 year old, well, even 1 year old, they haven't made the spiritual decision to be born. You have done something in your life that you told yourself, does not matter what, I am making it happen. Does not matter what, I'm creating this. We all have done that. So just think of that experience, that particular experience. It's not an easy journey. I guaranteed you, there were some difficulties on your way to achieving that goal, achieving that particular dream. And you did it. So that is what a spiritual decision feels like. Give you a couple examples. So I came to Canada when I was 20, and I came here for university. And I studied English first, English as second language, and then I started university here in the program of foods and nutrition. So many of you, if you follow me, know that I'm a dietitian. That's my education background. I still have my license, so it's still legal for me to say I'm a registered dietitian. And that journey for me was a no matter what journey. I did not even know what a dietitian is. When I heard this word, it was a brand new English vocabulary to me. In my first year university class, when the professor said, those of you who are studying foods and nutrition, you want to become a dietitian. And my cultural background, so my paradigm, my limited belief at that time, the belief I have carried with me was telling me, whatever the professor says, you do it. So being a good Chinese student, I heard the word dietitian. I heard the professor saying, you need to do it. You're going to become a dietitian. At that moment, subconsciously. I did not make the conscious decision. I was not aware that I made a conscious decision. It's now all the years back. This was for 16 years ago. This was 16 years ago when I made that decision. I didn't have the conscious awareness that I made that decision. It was a subconscious, it was a spiritual decision. I said, yes, I'm doing it. Did I know how? I just heard the word dietitian. I just heard that term. I had no idea what to do. I was so blind, but I made a decision. I know where I was going. I was, at that point, my beginning was, I had no idea what this means, but I made a decision. I am going to become a dietitian. And everything just fell into place. And I was willing to work. I find my way to get into all of the experiences that in order to become a dietitian needed. It's not just academic, it's leadership, it's extracurriculum, it's your interpersonal skills, it's your time management, it's all of those skills that they're looking at when you're applying for any program that you need to do. It's an internship program that allows you to become a registered dietitian. And I made it. Right, 6 years later, it was not an overnight thing. 4 years of my undergrad, 2 years of my master's degree, I became a registered dietitian, and I achieved that dream. So at that moment, I made a spiritual decision. And then very recently, I invested in myself to further study, to further bettering my coaching skills with my mentor, Mary Morrissey, to be able to work her directly. It is called a Brave Thinking Master's Platinum program. I wanted this program for a long time, but my paradigm was like, no, let's do it next. Let's wait. Why? It's because the investment is $75,000 in Canadian dollars to invest in myself. And also, I know it's not just in myself, it's also inviting in my clients. It's going to transform my life first, and then it's going to transform my clients' lives as well. I know it's going to be absolutely incredible, but my paradigm showed up. Until the beginning of April, I made that spiritual decision to say, I am doing this. At that point, I still did not know how it feels like to make a spiritual decision. Through that particular decision, with the guidance of the master coaches from Mary's team, I became to have the realization of how it feels to make that spiritual decision, to make that decision that from your core, you just know, I am doing this no matter what. For me, I describe it as, I'm like a pit bull. I'm biting on the bone. I'm not letting it go. What does making that spiritual decision feels like for you? Think back of all the things. Possibly it's during a difficult, challenging time, you made a decision of a goal, of a dream, of a vision, and you said, no matter what, I'm doing that. That is how you make a spiritual decision. When you look at your next chapter, 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 3 years from now, you design, you find that something you would absolutely love to have. Paint that picture so crystal clear, and make that spiritual decision to say, I am making that happen no matter what. If you need any individual support from me, my email is right here. I would be my absolute pleasure to support you. Every single day, I'm uploading my session videos onto YouTube. So subscribe my YouTube channels. And at the meantime, stay healthy, stay strong. I will see you tomorrow.